Alright, so you are here because you do not know how to use a comma in an appositive phrase, and I am here because Miss Long is making me teach you. So, to begin, we're going to define what an appositive phrase is. An appositive phrase is a word or words that define or further explain the noun that precedes it. So an example would be, in this sentence, we have Ed Schwartz, the principal of DGS, spoke at the board meeting. This description of Mr. Schwartz, the principal of DGS, that is the appositive phrase because it gives an explanation as to who Mr. Schwartz is. So the grammatical rule when it comes to appositive phrases, essentially it comes down to whether or not you put a comma around the appositive phrase. So when the appositive is essential to the meaning of the noun it belongs to, you do not use a comma around it. But when the noun provides enough information on its own, you do use commas around the appositive phrase. Basically, you're going to ask yourself one big question. Can readers know who or what this noun is without the description that follows it? If the answer is yes, you use commas around the phrase. If the answer is no, you do not use commas around the phrase. So going into some examples now. In this sentence, we have, the girl who scored the winning basket is my cousin. The first thing you want to do is identify the appositive phrase. In this case, it's going to be, who scored the winning basket. Then you want to ask yourself, can readers know who or what this noun is without the appositive phrase? The answer to that question is no. If you removed this segment here, who scored the winning basket, it would just say, the girl is my cousin. The girl is too vague. Therefore, you do not use commas around the appositive phrase. In the second example, however, what we're going to do first, we're going to keep it the same way. We're going to identify the appositive phrase. In this case, it is the one who hit the 3-point shot to win the game. And we're going to ask ourselves the same question. Can readers know who or what this noun is without the appositive phrase? So if I remove the appositive, it would be, my cousin is D1 bound. That sentence on its own makes sense. Cousin is specific enough that you don't necessarily need the explanation here. Therefore, you put commas around the appositive phrase. So to review, an appositive phrase are words that define or further explain the noun that precede it. You're going to ask yourself one question. Can readers know who or what this noun is without the explanation that follows it? And if the answer is yes, you use commas around the phrase. If no, do not use commas around the phrase. Hopefully this helps you, and this is the only time you have to watch this video.